Ever wondered which cities top the list of the most violent in 2024? In our journey to uncover this dark truth, we'll delve into criteria such as crime rates, murder rates, and other forms of violence. We aren't just pulling these figures out of thin air. These are based on comprehensive data provided by credible international agencies. The year 2024 was no exception to the global trend of escalating urban violence. Cities, once the beacon of civilization and progress, have transformed into epicenters of conflict and crime. From the bustling streets of megacities to the quiet corners of smaller towns, no place is immune to this disturbing trend. The reasons are complex and multifaceted: socioeconomic disparities, political unrest, lack of effective law enforcement, and much more. These factors intertwine in a grim dance that fuels the cycle of violence we witness today. Join us as we unveil the top 10 most violent cities of 2024. Unveiling this dark side of urban living, we'll journey into the heart of these cities. Starting our countdown at number 10, we land in Johannesburg, South Africa. The city, known for its modern skyscrapers and vibrant culture, is unfortunately grappling with a high level of violence. In recent years, Johannesburg has witnessed a surge in crime rates. This escalation is largely attributed to factors such as poverty, unemployment, and social inequality. The city's sprawling informal settlements are often the hotspots for violent crimes, including murder and robbery. The South African police force, despite their best efforts, struggled to keep up with the spiraling crime wave. Inadequate resources, corruption, and a lack of community trust compound the problem. Additionally, the city's high levels of inequality breed resentment and desperation, fueling the cycle of violence. But there's more to Johannesburg than its grim crime statistics. It's a city with a vibrant spirit, rich history, and a strong sense of community resilience. Despite its beauty, Johannesburg has a dark side that puts it in the 10th spot. Moving to the 9th spot, we find ourselves in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Known for its vibrant culture and breathtaking landscapes, Rio is also infamous for its high crime rates. The city is a battlefield, where drug trafficking gangs and law enforcement agencies are in a constant tug of war. Poverty, inequality, and lack of education provide a breeding ground for violence, as the city's sprawling favelas become hotbeds for criminal activities. In 2024, Rio's homicide rate was alarmingly high, with a significant number of its residents falling victim to violent crimes. The city's public security forces, despite their efforts, often find themselves overwhelmed by the scale and intensity of the crimes committed. The rampant corruption within the system further compounds the problem, as it allows for the perpetuation of these violent acts with impunity. These factors combined make Rio de Janeiro a city under siege, with violence deeply entrenched in its social fabric. The city's violence problem lands it in the 9th position. At number 8, we have Karachi, Pakistan. A city of contrast where skyscrapers tower over shantytowns. Here, the pervasive unrest has led to an alarming rise in violence. The city's soaring crime rates are fueled by political instability, economic disparity, and a deeply rooted gang culture. Karachi's densely populated neighborhoods serve as a breeding ground for social unrest. The city's burgeoning population, estimated to be over 23 million, grapples with issues of poverty, unemployment, and housing shortages. The scarcity of resources and opportunities has led to an escalation in crime, with theft and street crime being particularly rampant. The city's underfunded police force struggles to maintain law and order, often finding themselves outmatched by the well-armed gangs that hold sway over large swaths of the city. These gangs, entrenched in the city's fabric, are often involved in extortion, drug trafficking, and violent crime. Despite its challenges, Karachi is a city of resilience, a city that refuses to be defined by its struggles. Karachi holds the 8th position in our countdown. Moving forward, at number 7, we have Mexico City. A metropolis with a population that exceeds 21 million, Mexico City is a vibrant hub of culture, history, and unfortunately crime. Its high crime rate is a product of various contributing factors, each as complex as the city itself. The city grapples with a significant gap in wealth distribution, giving rise to areas where poverty and crime are intertwined. Drug trafficking, a notorious issue in Mexico, has also seeped into the city's veins, escalating the levels of violence. Gang-related activities are prevalent, with territorial disputes often leading to public shootouts. The city's law enforcement agencies, despite their best efforts, struggle to cope with the scale of crime. Corruption within the system further exacerbates the issue, creating a climate of impunity that emboldens criminals. It's a grim picture indeed, one that the people of Mexico City face daily. The struggles of Mexico City earn it the 7th spot. Coming in at number 6 is Chicago, USA. Nestled on the shores of Lake Michigan, this bustling city is known for more than just its iconic skyline, deep dish pizza, and jazz music. Behind the glamour and the glitz, Chicago has a darker side. In recent years, crime rates have surged dramatically. The city has been grappling with an increase in violent incidents, particularly gun violence, which has escalated to alarming levels. The reasons behind this surge are complex and multifaceted. Poverty, unemployment, and a lack of access to quality education are some of the key contributing factors. Moreover, gang activities have been on the rise, further fueling the violence. These gangs often operate in marginalized neighborhoods where residents are most vulnerable. Despite numerous efforts by law enforcement and community organizations, the path to resolution remains steep and fraught with challenges. It's a grim reality that puts Chicago's violence problem lands it in the 6th position. Halfway through our list at number 5 we have Moscow, Russia. An iconic city known for its rich history and stunning architecture, yet beneath this facade lies a darker side. The crime rates here are alarming. Several factors contribute to this escalating violence. Economic disparity plays a significant role. As the gap between the rich and the poor grows, so does the tension. Unemployment and low wages push some individuals towards illicit activities to make ends meet. In addition, there's a substantial presence of organized crime syndicates. These groups, deeply rooted in the city's structure, engage in activities ranging from drug trafficking to arms smuggling, further fueling the cycle of violence. Another contributing factor is the inefficiency of the legal system. Corruption and lack of resources often impede the swift and fair administration of justice, allowing criminals to operate with relative impunity. Moscow's struggles with these issues place it at the 5th spot on our list. Moving into the top 4 at number 4, we find Lagos, Nigeria. In the heart of West Africa, Lagos is a city of stark contrasts. The metropolis is a vibrant hub of culture and commerce, yet it is also home to some of the most severe instances of violence. The city's crime rates are alarmingly high, with robbery and kidnapping being the most prevalent crimes. Socioeconomic disparities, coupled with an underfunded and overwhelmed police force, contribute to these issues. The city's swelling population, now exceeding 20 million, adds pressure to already strained resources and infrastructure. Social unrest, too, plays a significant role. Protests against government corruption and police brutality have, on occasion, taken a violent turn, further adding to the city's volatility. These factors combined make Lagos a dangerous city to live in or visit, but they also highlight the pressing need for effective interventions and sustainable solutions. Lagos holds the 4th position in our countdown. Now on to the top 3. In the 3rd spot, we have Caracas, Venezuela. This vibrant city, the capital of Venezuela, is unfortunately known for its high crime rates. Caracas is a city where the gap between wealth and poverty is stark, and this disparity plays a significant role in the violence the city experiences. Organized crime and gang activities are major contributors to the violence in Caracas. The city's law enforcement struggles to combat these issues due to a lack of resources and corruption within the system. Another key factor is the political instability that Venezuela has faced for years. The economic crisis and hyperinflation have led to desperation among the population, further fueling the city's crime rates. Despite the beauty of its landscapes and the warmth of its people, Caracas is a city under siege from violence, a city where safety is a luxury many cannot afford. Caracas's violence problem earns it the 3rd spot. Just missing the top spot, at number 2, we have San Pedro Sula, Honduras. Nestled in the lush, tropical environs of Honduras, San Pedro Sula is a city of contrasts. It's a place where vibrant culture and natural beauty are overshadowed by unyielding violence. The main catalyst for this violence is a combination of factors. High crime rates, fueled by rampant gang activity, have created an environment where lawlessness rules. The city's close proximity to drug trafficking routes only adds to the problem, exacerbating the crime rates and fueling social unrest. It's not just about crime, though. Social instability plays a significant role too. Poverty, corruption, and a lack of adequate public services contribute to the cycle of violence, creating a climate of hopelessness and fear. The struggles of San Pedro Sula are a complex puzzle, with each piece intertwined with the next. It's a city caught in the grip of violence, grappling with issues that are deeply rooted and far-reaching. San Pedro Sula's struggles place it at the 2nd spot. And finally, the most violent city of 2024 is Baghdad, Iraq. This once thriving metropolis, steeped in history and culture, now finds itself grappling with a darker narrative. The crime rates in Baghdad have skyrocketed, with violence becoming a daily reality for its inhabitants. Several factors contribute to this grim reality. The city is still reeling from the aftermath of years of conflict and political instability. This has led to a power vacuum, with various factions vying for control escalating the violence. Poverty and unemployment rates are high, pushing desperate individuals towards crime as a means of survival. Corruption is rampant, further exacerbating the situation, while law enforcement struggles to maintain order amid the chaos. The city's infrastructure, severely damaged due to years of war, adds to the woes of the populace. Access to basic amenities like healthcare, education, and safe housing is limited, feeding into a vicious cycle of violence and despair. Baghdad's grim reality makes it the most violent city of 2024. From Johannesburg to Baghdad, violence in cities is a global challenge. As we've traversed the globe, we've seen the devastating impact of violence in 10 of the world's most tumultuous cities. From the streets of Johannesburg, Rio de Janeiro, and Karachi, through the alleyways of Mexico City and Chicago, to the squares of Moscow, Lagos, Caracas, San Pedro Sula, and the war-torn city of Baghdad, the common threads of poverty, lack of education, and political instability weave a grim tapestry. These cities, each with their unique stories and struggles, are a stark reminder of the challenges we face as a global community. They highlight the urgent need for comprehensive strategies to tackle violence, strategies that are not just about law enforcement but also about addressing the root causes of violence, like socioeconomic inequality and political corruption. As we move forward, it's important to remember these cities and work towards a safer world for all.